Coffee time. We biting? I don't know. I was just looking for a title, and I just kind of read. I was just reading this, and I was like, yeah, can't really put the talk shit part, so I'll just say get bit. It's the last half of my shirt. Sub was confirmed to have exploded. I know. You know what? Finally we know something about it. Frankly, of course, it had integrity problems, and of course, it imploded, and they all died. I mean, there was a bunch of like sonar buoys that said they heard a big noise, and a loud noise would sound like a bunch of banging. And yeah, I mean, if you hear a bunch of loud banging deep below the sea when you're trying to search for a sub, I think it's pretty confirmed that they died. Because the only sound like it sound like that only means that it imploded. It didn't explode, it imploded because of the ocean pressures, or, you know, putting the pressure in, not out. But I know what you meant, though. I'm satisfied with that ending. I mean, the only thing I kind of give a fuck about is the researcher dude, but the rest of them I don't. Apparently there was like some 19-year-old trust fund baby in there too, so I was just like, oh, well, okay. So there's like, you know, another rich kid, basically. A bunch of richies, and then like you got one researcher guy who was probably there just to like give like, you know, advice, be like, oh yes, well, this is like the bow, and this is what they were doing here, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, you know, you probably had that guy in there to be like the tour guide guy. So I feel bad for that dude, but for the rest of them, fuck them. Like, I mean, those dumb rich fucks. I mean, I'll really think that doing like some sort of, you know, silly little like careless, dangerous as fuck little like play game like that was actually gonna be, you know, like fun. It's like, yeah, no, it ain't. Actually comes with fucking risks, and also comes with, you know, this with genuine, real safety that needs to be considered. Which the CEO of the dude who was running those fucking subs literally was like, you should live like there ain't any safety, because if you know, are someone who wants to try to like have safety in their life, you might as well not even get out of bed. It's like what? And you like are a dude who's like operating fucking subs and shit. It's like, nah, you're psycho, and frankly, had it coming. It's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, dumbass. And it was the one who like had that as his business, and he went down there with them too. It's like, wow, you fucking actual shit. I mean, do I say kind of deserved it? Like, I mean, honestly, because they kind of did. Fucking idiots. Like, honestly, there shouldn't be, like, some tourist thing with the Titanic. Like, fuck that shit. Like, why is there, like, a fucking, like, tourist business set up around that shit? It literally should be cordoned off, you know, for strictly, like, research purposes if need be. You know, like, I mean, which I doubt, you know, we need to research it any further. I think we know what the hell it is at this point. You know, what's all down there and shit. You know, unless you want to, like, you know, investigate, you know, the little local environment that's growing down there and shit. But beyond that, who cares? Like, leave it alone. It's a wreck. Yeah, like that and thousands of other, you know, sea vessels that have been, like, lost to the sea and on the ocean floor. Titanic ain't necessarily, like, super unique. We're about to go down and look around. It's not even that. Like, there's legit, like, serious safety precautions that come, you know, when it comes to, like, deep-sea sub-diving and shit. Like, I mean, because, honestly, like, at least previously, I thought it was, like, pretty much always done via, like, you know, like, it had, like, some sort of a chain, or, like, or, you know, some sort of, like, an inflatable emergency system, or, like, you know, or, like, some sort of a tether tied to the main vessel or some shit. You would think there would at least been something to where if there was an emergency, you know, or there was a problem with the integrity of the vessel, they can immediately rise to the surface. You know, whether via being pulled up or like an emergency system lifting them up or something. Like there could have been like plenty of safety measures and precautions set in place to where nothing bad could have happened at all. And even if something bad happens, I mean, the worst they would have gotten is really wet, cold, and kind of scared because, you know, some of the integrity of the hull started to fracture, but they were able to be lifted up before things got bad. But now, rich boy wants to be a fucking idiot, so he took a bunch of, you know, other richies and extorted them of their money, which he ain't even going to be able to use because he's dead, so wow, dumbass. And I hate how we're basically going to fucking, like, hear about this for literally a week or so. And, I mean, it's gonna be so fucking annoying. And you know what's even more disgusting, in my opinion, is the fact that, like, you know, there's, like, every fucking year, how many, like, hundreds of people that, like, cross the Mediterranean and shit, you know, desperate to try to, like, you know, get a better life and shit, and, like, on, like, dingy-ass little lifeboats and little rafts that they constructed out of scrap and shit, and yet, like, you know, we'd pay fuck one about that. Like, there was just recently, I think, just last month, there was, like, a 700 to 800, like, manned boat, you know, well, not, like, manned, you know, but, like, you know, a bunch of people on it, like, about 700 to 800 people on, like, this little raft, tugboat thing, and, of course, it went overboard, and only about, like, 70-something people fucking survived, and they're still fucking finding bodies from it. It's just like, I mean, we don't hear about that shit, though. But, like, you know, 4 rich fucks and, you know, and like, 1 researcher guy, like, endless, you know, talk about that. Mostly because of the billionaire, too, by the way. Literally mostly because of the rich elite fucks that were in that. And the CEOs that were in that fucking sub. That's why we hear about that all the time. Because apparently, because they have a bunch of fuck you money, they matter way more than anyone else. It's like, what fucking value do they put in the world? It's like, my lord. Build machines to make them do all the labor. Well, okay. Why risk human lives? Well, because life has risks. Frankly, that's part of the thing. It's like, life comes with risk, but at the same time, you can also take reasonable safety, you know, measures, while also doing things that are risky. Though I'm just trying to find money to find remains. They are now. They literally had, like, multiple militaries fucking find this goddamn thing. They had the Canadian Navy and the American Navy, like, collaborate to help find this fucking thing. And, you know, who's paying that? Us. And Canadians. They're paying for it. For 5 fucking people who are dead. It's just like, and who are, like, frankly, like, little silver spoon fucks. It's like, one's a full-on billionaire. Like, why should I care about them? There's actually, like, benefit with 1 less billionaire in the world. There's actual, like, substantial value that, you know, came from that, funny enough. 1 less billionaire is better for the world. I mean, I'm supposed to cry tears? Like, I ain't gonna cry tears for, like, you know, a bunch of CEOs and a billionaire. Especially a billionaire. To share the wealth, well, there are way more of us. Well, it's kind of the broader point. Like, there's more of us, and frankly, we're the ones who have a lot more value than them. And frankly, they're willing to, you know, do stupid things and not, if anything, disregard the actual worker. Like, this is another reason why I especially, you know, don't give a fuck about this shit. Because there was red flags from the workers around this whole business that they were doing, saying, yo, these vessels need to, like, get retrofitted. They need repairing. They need, like, actual safety measures installed on them. And the guy's like, nah. The dude was literally like, no, and just utterly disregarded any fucking voice of concern that anybody had within his business and shit. Or even outside of it. There's even some tourists who are like, I don't know if these vessels are, like, you know, safe for, like, you know, doing these. Didn't care. Another thing with it there. It's like workers and, you know, like, and, you know, people that actually have, you know, the fucking value and actually are trying to instill more value into the business too, funny enough, and also trying to, like, save people's lives, were utterly disregarded and fucking basically pissed on. You know, by the same dude who hired him and shit, you know, ostensibly to maintain them, but apparently he just only had them there just for looks. Just to look like they were doing something, apparently. instead of letting them do their fucking job. And, you know, keeping people's lives, you know, safe. But nope. It's just like another thing. It's like, I mean, due to like the rich and the hubris of like, you know, some elite prick, like this is the reason why for it. And it's another reason why I don't fucking have like, you know, little tears or empathy about it, really. Like, it sucks for the researcher guy. That's literally the only dude I kind of feel bad for. Because, you know, like, I guarantee you, he was there to be like a tour guide dude or something. Like, he was there to like kind of like tell some details and some information about Titanic while they were there and shit, right? Like, I guarantee you that's why he was there, so I feel bad for him. Sucks we lost a dude that actually, you know, that, like, had some value to put in the world. Would you like to be... Well, sure. Like, you know what I was talking about with risks? Like, that means just life. I'm not talking about work, dude. Like, I mean, living life comes with risks. Like, you know, me going outside has, like, you know, a level of risk. Me just sitting here has a level of risk. Me smoking some weed has a level of risk to it. Like, there's risk with anything that you could potentially do. I mean, it's just like, you know, it's about, like, whether you take, like, reasonable, you know, measures or whether you want to live on the edge a little or something. Or maybe a little both. Live on the edge, but do so in a way that isn't overtly stupid and dangerous. Like, for me, snowboarding would be something like that. Like, you know, snowboarding comes with risk and dangers. Like, I could break not just one, but both my fucking legs. I mean, you could die. If I'm going fast enough and I just go face first into a tree, that will kill me. You know, it's like people have died, you know, from skiing, snowboarding, and hitting trees and shit like that, going to, like, full fucking speed. So it's like, there's risk with that, but I love doing it. It's fun. And if you actually take, you know, consideration of safety, I mean, you'll be fine. And I do. I mean, I get banged up sometimes. I mean, you're going to, but that's kind of the risk about it, though, ain't it? Same thing with, like, riding a skateboard or a bike or something. The various risks of life. And there's still going to be plenty more that are going to be there. Like, yeah, that doesn't matter. So what? There's still going to be risks. And just because, like, other risks aren't there doesn't mean that there's going to be a plethora of others. Like, no matter what, you'll always have, like, a risk in your fucking life. You'll never have, like, a risk-free life. That's impossible. What the fuck?
Come get me. Come get me.
Oh, it's Harley.
Come.
Hey!
Tear me apart.
He's locked in here. You know how he is. What's up, dude?
Dumbass. Nothing. Same shit, different day.
As usual, I guess.
Coming to steal my own shit.
So narrow-minded. How in the fuck am I narrow-minded over literally acknowledging the reality that life comes with risks? That's just acknowledging reality. That's just...
Wait, no, what? I'm confused. I will be back later.
That's made life infinitely better and co-matched by people 200 years ago. So what? Okay? I know that. Duh. Just because, like, you know, you have, like, you know, advancement of tech doesn't mean that risk is not always going to be there, because it always will be. There's always, like, risks when it comes to shit. Damn, dog, what are you doing? Doing more fly hunting, bro? Damn.
What? Are you talking to me?
I was talking to dog for a second.
Oh. What?
I've been largely dealt with. There's kind of a caveat, largely, which means that they haven't been solved. Because guess what? I mean, there's still plenty of, like, risks that, you know, from that have, you know, are still there. The flu's not a death sentence anymore. Yeah, it is. The flu, it can certainly be a death sentence for people. People still die from the flu today. Yeah, I can. Like, it is a death sentence for people. Like, what? Yeah, it is. Like, the common cold can be a death sentence for people. Like, I mean, yeah, science and medicine is immensely has helped with that, but that doesn't mean that it's still a potential death sentence for somebody. Like, there's been times where I've gotten very fucked up by the flu before. And there's been times where I've been relatively okay outside of just, like, feeling shitty. talking broad strokes here, and I'm also saying broad strokes with this because, like, you know, just because things have largely been dealt with when it comes to risk factors, don't mean risks aren't still there. Like, that obviously, you know, is going to be, you know, just the objective factor. There's always risks in life, no matter how much, you know, like previous risks have been, you know, dealt with to this extent or not. Like, there always will be. I mean, just even on, like, you know, social levels and shit. Like, there's a risk of potentially getting, like, you know, your ass beat by somebody just because you looked at them funny or something like that. I mean, it's just like, or, you know, getting in a car wreck because someone's a stupid ass driver and hits you. I mean, there's a lot of various risks that, if anything, sometimes technology has actually added. Like, because with automobiles, that's added risks, you know, to life. Having, you know, cars driving around everywhere is an insane risk, you know, added to our lives. So, if anything, there's plenty of things about technology that have actually increased risk just as much as if it solved it. Which just proves that no matter what, there's always going to be risks and risk factors that, you know, will play a major role in, you know, whether you may live or die, depending on, like, if you consider them or not. Or if you're just careless or not. Give it enough time. Not necessarily. I mean, the risk of me getting my head smashed in with a rock, unlike, you know, from 100 plus, like, thousands of years ago, you know, isn't likely. Still possible, though. It's just that these chances, you know, of these risks, you know, lessen a lesson. But, you know, like I said, though, just because, you know, some risks, you know, decrease doesn't mean that others, you know, add, you know, to that. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's just like, because the idea that there just, like, literally wouldn't be any risks at all in life ever anymore is just kind of silly. Hey, get away from my coffee, bitch. Fucking fly. Zukov, do your job and hunt this fly. Oh my god, these fucking F-15s, dude. Let's see if we can see them. It's every time. It's around about 210, 215 when they fly up. Every fucking time, bro. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Hold on.
Oh, they're circling this fucking area now?
Yep, they're way off over there. Oh, you can't even see them now.
I think they're doing like flight testing or some bullshit.
No, they're doing their flight training and shit. They've been doing this like every day for like the past like week or so.
Yeah, they were over by my flying above my work earlier.
You should fly in pairs of 4. There should be like another.
No, they're flying in groups of 2 earlier.
Well, 4 meaning like they have 2, and usually there's another one that'll fly up way over here or something. Come on, Zooks! Zookoff!
Zookie, do I have any car batteries in the garage?
I don't know. I thought those 2 that you had. Zookoff! Zookoff!
Wait a minute, I'll check the garage. Come on,
But yeah, without fail, dude, those fucking planes, man. Congress of the hat.
Move, mutt! Life sucks.
So now what's going on?
I live with 3 dogs and a cat.
What the fuck? How did that happen? Like, how in the fuck did... What?
How come you don't have any more car batteries over here?
How did another dog and a cat come into the mix of everything?
Because his girlfriend had a dog and a cat.
Oh my fucking god. And he thought that was gonna work? Dude,
Don't even get me started on that shit. I'll be back later.
Okay.
I'll be back later. Yeah, don't get me
Oh,
hey,
fuck,
you have
dude.
free time. Measure the T-bird.
I worked today. I
said if. Did you not hear the word if you have time? Motherfucker. Jumping all over my shit. Bastard ass.
My lord. They were gonna rent from pulled out. Damn, so the landowner was being a bitch and was just like, nah. Now we're gonna pull out because actually we got like something better where I can extort more money out of someone else with this rent. So, wow. Or probably some other things like, actually, you know, I was gonna give it to one of my family members because they're moving up here and they just got a kid or something. Blah, blah, blah. She says something about looking at my Facebook. Wow, so you got like some sort of a fucking snoop. It's like, oh, I don't want like, you know, certain people, you know, renting from. It's like that. I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be very fucking discriminatory based off of that. Which honestly, that shouldn't even be a thing. It's like the idea of like, you know, someone you're renting from or, you know, like, or whatever the fuck, you know, is be able to just like snoop at your fucking shit or like your profile. It's like, fuck off. Like, I mean, it's like, you know, it's like, what does that have to do with me having a roof over my head? Shows all amount means usually. Well, I mean, either way, it does kind of show the point though about having things coded and not like, you know, just like going off about random shit though sometimes. So, much worse. Well, this is well, again, that's kind of partly why, you know, you can't just like always be super fucking vocal. Because if, like, you know, some, like, landlord parasite literally wants to, like, deny someone just because of that shit, unfortunately, in this fucking country, they can. Which is bullshit, and they shouldn't be allowed to. But they can, so you have to kind of mind your P's and Q's about shit. Regardless of what your real opinions may be. Because, yeah, I'm not going to be talking about, like, you know, the Maoist revolution or something to a landlord if I'm going to try to rent from them. Even if I do think that towards them. So everything's keep on trucking. Yeah. Have a good day. You too. Right here. I haven't bothered having music in the background. GF question mark? Nah, it's just some person that's been, you know, popping in. I was kind of coughing when I was saying you too. So. I don't know, what, just like some random person that just like pops in the stream, just like, oh, what, does this get go for them? It's like, what? I mean, if I did, whoa, that's a little loud. But if I did, I mean, it would, I mean, it would be more realistically that she would, you know, like, be hanging out here or something. Or doing her own thing. Damn, difficult dog. Locked himself in a damn laundry room again. Jump stoves. Right, so just send that like right when I pull up the song and play. just kind of curious how the Republican primary is going to go if they actually ban Trump. It likely would probably go towards DeSantis at that point then, which would be actually kind of terrifying and not really that good. I mean, in a sense, I mean, like, I mean, considering, like, how he legit he's opposed to, well, yeah, I mean, it's terrifying in the sense that I think he has more of a chance than Trump, but, yeah, he's also imploding, and I really don't think he has a chance as long as Trump is there. In a sense, at least in the primary. I don't know about the nominee at this point. But, I mean, like, it's kind of up in the air, I think. I mean, you got a bunch of other random ass weirdos, and honestly, a lot of them are just there to, like, siphon away from DeSantis or Trump, one or the other. It's like, and it seems like more likely for trying to siphon from Trump more than anything. More worried about RFK. Yeah, I am too. And a lot of support from that motherfucker seems to literally be more around, like, the Republican side of things. And on the last Onion, I guess there's even, like, every fucking year, dude, like, I've noticed this at DFF, there's always, like, some stupid-ass fucking simps, you know, for, like, these Democrat challengers and shit. And, like, last time it was, like, Tulsi Gabbard, you know, and the like, and that, you know, and maybe, like, one or two others I can't remember, but Tulsi was, like, the big one last time, back in 2020. And this time, it's RFK. I have a dumb challenger there. Well, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he has at least two. Marianne and RFK. But, you know, it's just like because, you know, one of them's a fucking Kennedy and has like a dynasty in their fucking name. You know, that makes him a lot more popular in people's minds. And already has that name recognition. I was considering Florida. Oh, God. Not Florida. Don't make it... Yeah, avoid Florida. And Louisiana. I mean, if it is going to be Louisiana, try to make it near New Orleans. I'd imagine if you're at least near New Orleans, I think you'd be fine. I mean, the DFF guys were all in New Orleans. At least outside of it and shit. As a porn band. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, fuck that. Well, VPN. I mean, there's ways to get around that. Mississippi's just, yeah, honestly, you know, yeah, it's just Mississippi. You don't really need to say anything about Mississippi, it's just Mississippi. Mississippi's just Mississippi. You don't really need to say much about Mississippi, it just sucks. Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, that's probably like the only place that's like maybe even like worth an iota of a fucking Mississippi. And that's not really saying much. Unfortunately. I wish it was, but it wasn't. But hey. Goofy little dog. I'd be close to where Dusty has talked about meetups in Mississippi. So I guess you could probably potentially do some Dusty Smith meetups. Because F. Smith's pretty cool. Dude's reformed a Hellfire brand left in the last few years. Well, him and, you know, a bunch of other dudes, honestly. I mean, it's just like him, TJ. I mean, there's been a few that have been like that. Gets good amount of views on shows. Well, yeah, because didn't he, his shit get taken off of YouTube for a while and was only stuck on doing him on Facebook for a minute? And was able to at least get back on YouTube after a bunch of people kind of called that out. I know TJ did. Wish him and teacher on better terms so they collaborate. Yeah, he got reinstated. Yeah, I mean, I know he got reinstated because I've been watching him on YouTube. But, yeah, well, I think, like, you know, him and TJ at this point have, like, made amends. But, I mean, I feel like, I mean, they still are just kind of going their own ways, I suppose. But, I mean, as far as I know, I mean, at this point, they are on, like, decent terms. Because I at least remember when, like, Dusty got hit on YouTube when TJ was talking about him. It's like, yeah, I used to not like this guy. We had some, you know, bad history and stuff, but, you know, and I didn't really like his takes in the past. But nowadays, I hear he's actually pretty cool, pretty based, you know, kind of firebrand dude, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, like, whatever our past beef is and shit, fuck it, I don't care. You know, he shouldn't have this happen to him. He should get shit reinstated. And blah blah blah, and like, I mean, he basically was just like openly stating that like, whatever our past shit is, I'm putting it in the dirt. Fuck it. Like, I mean, it's old news. I mean, we're different people now. But they're mostly decent. Yeah, like, and honestly, I bet like Dusty does have more of just kind of like soft-hearted jossiness. It's like, oh yeah, TJ, that little, you know, the DP dude, but you know. I'm sure he kind of is like that every now and then, but, you know, I'm sure, like, if people were talking about Dusty to TJ more often and shit, I'm sure he'd probably do the same. Because, yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, like, whatever genuine beef they've had, like, I mean, it's pretty much dead. Like, that's dead, buried in dirt. I mean, there's probably, like, a little level of just, like, you cheeky fuck, you know? There's probably, like, that going on at this point. So... Dusty's show last night, he read some hate mails. Some dude offered to beat his ass on a live stream. And he accepted, so come get some. Dude, I guarantee you that guy would get his ass beat. Dusty would probably clop his ass, bro. Like, honestly. Because, I mean, like, say what you want about Dusty, but he does kind of look like he's a little built. Like, I mean, he looks like a dude who could probably lay down a, like, you know, fucking good punch. Looking for timestamps. But maybe watch on your own time. Well, I'm sure there's probably some timestamps in here. I mean, it's pretty much like the big thing everyone's like talking about, so I'm assuming it has to be like it's in the middle. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit, bunch of stuff. Oh, wait, I think it might be here? Is it? I think so. Well, oh, fucking YouTube, really. Oh my god. I zoomed in for a little bit and it decided to crash. Wow. That zoom in feature does not always like to work. Who sent a letter and he holds it up? Oh, so he has like a straight literal letter. So, okay, I have to just like... Oh, wait, okay, it might be around here. There, let's see. No, it wasn't there. Oh, no, it's in the very beginning. It's like the first, like, 10 minutes. Here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm actually curious to hear this. So... Nah, it's like the first, like, 11-10 minutes.
Anyway, sincerely, I am protected under the blood of Jesus Christ. Amen. That's a weird name. Your name is I am protected under the blood of Jesus. Amen. Protected from what?
Wait. Do we get to the wait? Where does he start reading this? Hold on. Go back. Yeah, no. I want to get to the beginning. Like, I don't want to get. Yeah, wait. Yeah, hold on. I want to hear the beginning of this, dude. Yeah, wait. Hold up. Where's the beginning of this shit, dude? Okay, right here, I think.
Took his words as proof from the horse's mouth that a pedophilic cult runs all of Hollywood. Right? That's all it takes. So brings us to this letter.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Now we're at the beginning. Okay, sweet. Awesome.
With eternal torture. So I'm going to read you what this letter said. June 12th, 2023. I know the words are backwards because my whole thing's flipped, but pretty nice writing overall. And cursive. So it says this. I heard your YouTube video about Ricky Schroder's comments. You should know by now that about 70 to 75% of the population knows that Hollywood is evil. I need you to cite your source on that. And even then, just because a whole lot of people believe something doesn't make it true. But I don't doubt, like,
and also, like what most of America thinks Hollywood is evil. I mean, and also based on what though? Like, I mean, you could think that for. I mean, it's like I could think it's fair to maybe think that. I mean, I think the whole, like, word or the phrasing is just, I have a problem with it, but whatever. Right, you know, it's, like, but, like, I mean, if you're saying it's, like, evil because, like, you know, of the money interest and, like, how rote it is and the destruction of creativity, shit like that, I mean, then I would say, sure, agreeable. And I think it would actually be fairly true. But if you're thinking evil because they're running, like, some weird, like, liberal, pedophilic Jewish cult or something, then you're literally a fucking psychopathic, insane wacko. Like, I mean, so, it's like, on one hand, it's like, depending on what, you know, you define as, like, what makes Hollywood evil in this case, I mean, you may or may not, you know, have a fairly okay assessment or a correct assessment. I mean, so, the majority of people thinking Hollywood evil, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, what specifically do they think about what makes Hollywood evil? Like, that would be more, like, accurate. It's like, you know, people who think Hollywood are evil, so-and-so percent think it's because they run a gay sacrificial child cult or something, or whatever the fuck, you know, and it's like, that would honestly be a lot more of a fair assessment of the data about that, right? Like, not just the virtue of, like, a bunch of people think Hollywood's evil, because, I mean, like, even though I disagree with the phrasing and the premise, I mean, I would probably say agree. But for different reasons, though, as, you know, from others, you know, like I said, due to, like, money interest and destruction of creativity and, like, you know, and shit like that, right? Like, in censorship boards, you know, and like, and so, I mean, you know, like, there's things that, you know, I could think are fucking bad and horrible and atrocious about Hollywood. And a lot of, like, abuse that happens and shit. Like, there's a lot of things, for sure. But just saying it is, and without actually specifying what about it, doesn't mean anything.
The pedophiles probably live in Hollywood, right? Don't
Probably check
doubt
that
there's
out
a lot of evil piece of shit live in Hollywood. Rich folks, always doing some nefarious, dastardly shit. I don't think there's a whole, like, pedophile cult that runs all of Hollywood, though, or runs the world. Like Alex Jones says, that just seems incredibly fucking stupid. And it's clear that Ricky Schroder didn't have any involvement with any kind of cult, because literally what he's describing is a B dipshit movie he watched when he was a kid. So this is all bullshit. Anyway, letter goes on to say, about 70 to 75% of the population knows that Hollywood is evil, full of pedophiles, perverts, and Satanists.
See, now, this is why, it, like, you know, it's insane. And just simply saying 70 to 75% of people agree it's evil. Because they're Satanists, pedophiles, and whatever the fuck else he said. It's like, yeah, see, that's why it's just fucking psycho insane. Like, I mean, and why just a broad generalization is fucking, you know, irrelevant, really. Because all it does is just use to fucking cherry pick the information. Perverts, Satanists are not evil. Well, well, yeah, duh. I mean, it's, you know, people who just simply are pervy or satanic aren't evil, obviously. PDF files, okay, got me there. Well, yeah, sure. Well, well, that's kind of the thing. Like, I mean, it's just very broad generalizations and just like buzzwords. You have to, you know, claim and scapegoat what you think is evil and wrong as a way to justify your more hypocritical, deprived, degenerate type of ideology, frankly. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to in a lot of ways.
Even trannies. Oh no, not trannies.
Oh no.
I figured after he came out,
1/3 is not a good track record, bro. I know it's not.
spoke the truth, these wicked demons would try to discredit the truth. He literally described a fucking movie. He didn't speak the truth. That's the whole goddamn point. Yeah, if you come out and say something stupid, if you lie, people gonna call you out for it. That doesn't mean you were right. And make it sound crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy calling out the movie.
It's like you're just trying to make this all sound crazy. It's like, I don't know, because you are crazy. I like how that was literally written in the letter. It's like, you're trying to make this sound crazy, bro. It's like, because it is.
And claiming it's some kind of cult that's trying to recruit you. That's fairly nuts for Ricky Schroeder. So now I am trying to figure out if you're just some uninformed, ignorant fool, that one, that doesn't do any reading. I read a lot, to be honest. Or research. I researched the entire fucking thing. I actually laid it all out for you. Completely unaware of how many people have come out of Hollywood revealing what's going on. I'm not a Satanist, I'm an atheist, but you would probably consider that Satanism anyway. This one thing I do know, heaven is real and hell is real. No, neither one of them.
I am schizophrenic. The card. Here, I'll give you a letter to prove my schizophrenia. Heaven is real, the Lord is my blood in Christ, yes, and hell is real, and you will be damnation forever there. I'm not schizo.
Things are real, they're ancient fairy tales told to idiots to scare you into never questioning your cult. Might want to grow the fuck up. And they are for eternity. Eternity underlined, so it's real fucking important.
Damn, you know if something's underlined, you know it's real important.
You've chosen the dark side. Hell yeah, I have. Dark side's cool as fuck.
Yeah, they got cookies and stuff. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Lying, deceiving, and discrediting the truth. And unless you repent one day.
One day. Yeah, you don't have to repent now. You don't even have to repent tomorrow. Just one day. Just someday. You need to repent. I love that. It's like, you don't have to do it now. You just have to do it someday. One day, just do it.
Wake up knowing it's tortured in hell for eternity. And eternity means forever. Oh no.
Oh no. Wow, I'm being described a word's definition. Wow, I never knew that.
Did I have a hiccup? Hopefully you guys didn't miss anything. Let me finish, make sure. So then, it's not only front and back, it's like 3 pages, it's a little pamphlet.
Dude, he has like 3 pages of a letter, oh my god.
And eternity means forever, forever is underlined. Don't say you haven't been warned. Why'd you warn me then? I don't have no fucking excuse when I'm in front of God. And God's like, that letter warned you. I'm gonna be like, bitch, why you warn me? I could have at least pleaded ignorant before God. You fucked me, letter. You fucked me.
Yeah, I mean, for real, you could have there could have at least been the plea of ignorance.
Because you choose to mislead and misguide the gullible. Yeah, I'm the one misleading the gullible.
Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, the lack of self-awareness in this is just so insane. Oh man, that one just gave me some whiplash. It's like you, the critical thinking guy, is leading the gullible and the blind. It's like, oh yeah, but your religious cult isn't. Like, what? Oh my god. Oh man, that was some fucking whiplash, dude. Whoa.
Keith Schroeder telling people that Faces of Death is some kind of cult pagan movie.
Whoa, wow.
You'll pay a special price for that in hell. Oh goody, do I get a discount in hell for all my deception and lying? Hopefully I get like a senior's discount in hell. I don't want to pay full price in hell. Nobody wants to pay fucking full price in hell.
Yeah, you might get an honor citizen's pass, maybe.
I suppose some of your followers are your minions with 10 or more accounts to make it look like you have more followers. I mean, I don't really have that many followers. Almost nobody watches this fucking show, so...
Oh my god, dude, this is fucking great. Dude, this is awesome. Yeah, I don't know if this was the letter you were talking about, but you know what? I don't even care. This is great. This is fucking funny.
Even more pathetic than North
Oh my
Korea.
god, I can't believe someone is like this obsessed over Dusty, bro. Like, oh my god. I mean, how can anyone get this obsessed over like anyone, man? Like, it's like there's like no weirder obsessive love than like a hate watcher, you know? Like, I mean, there really is just like some weird shit about this type of stuff. Like next email. That's XCX. Oh, the next one? Okay. Well, we'll finish this one up, but we'll try to kind of skip around to that, because I definitely want to hear that one, too.
Not true. But at any rate, another tip. The money you get paid to lie and deceive, you can't take it with you to hell. What? I can't take money with me to hell? Well, that sucks. I thought I was going to pay a special price in hell. How am I going to pay a special price in hell if I can't take all the money I got from lying and deceiving with me?
Well, you're just going to have to be Demon's Fuck Sponge or something. That's probably what's going to have to happen, unfortunately. That's the caveat. That's the asterisk they don't, that you don't really see in the contract negotiations. That, you don't get to take your money because you actually are going to be some, indentured servant fuck sponge for a demon. For like some archdemon, for like, one of Satan's lords or something.
It make no goddamn sense.
Which, I mean, depending on how you flow, that might actually be a fun or good thing, or, probably a bad thing. I don't know, depending on how you swing. For me, it sounds fun, but...
Clearly, I am protected under the blood of Jesus Christ. Amen. That's a weird name. Your name is I am protected under the blood of Jesus. Amen. Protected from what? I ain't gonna do shit except for read your stupid letter live on the air. So, immediately... I'm like all of you. I was like, did Ricky Schroeder write this? Ricky Schroeder ain't got no fucking fans. I bet Ricky Schroeder, like, he had to have written this shit, right? That makes sense. So maybe I go back to the envelope. Like, I didn't know I was got to CSI this bitch, so I just ripped the whole fucking thing. My name and my address on the front. So I'm like, boom, I'm going to put the pieces back together and find out who sent this. So I put the pieces back together. And my address and name is on there twice. Fuck. Can't figure out how to find this person, so then I'm scanning the whole thing, trying to figure out where it came from. Got a picture of a panda on the sticker. Says protect endangered species. I'm for all that. That sounds good.
Okay, sure.
It's a forever stamp. What year is this forever stamp from? I can't read. It's too small.
Oh my god, that was like the most southern thing he's probably said out of everything. Where's that forever stamp from? Oh my god, that was like also like weirdly like kind of like okay, hold on. That was just like whoa.
That sounds good. It's a forever stamp. What year is this forever stamp from?
Dude, I don't know. Like, what the hell? That got me all kind of giggly. What the fuck?
Oh god damn it! And then I read finally it has a stamp that tells you where it comes from. It came from Tallahassee.
I mean, he needs to do more of that, like, hey, I got that swole accent going. He needs to do that more often.
Florida. Shocker. Fucking Florida.
And, so it was from Florida. Sounds like a normal person talking to me. Well, you don't really hear that nice suave accent from the South that much up here, so that's a little bit something you don't get every day.
Does Ricky Schroeder live in Florida? And I looked it up. Apparently he has houses in Colorado and Los Angeles, so no Florida. So I guess this is not from Ricky Schroeder.
So it is a fan, apparently. Oh my god, wow. Of course it is from good old Florida. So is this that email? Here, let me do a zoom in and zoom out, because I kind of want to see. Oh yes, this is. Yep, we found it. Yep, this is it. Alright, we're going to the beginning of this. Okay,
Dusty this week. I guess I am making a difference. This one from someone called Bob Ablon at notlooking_4@yahoo.com. I tried to Google it, but I couldn't find information. If you guys want to Google this, try to hunt this person down. It's a notlooking_4@yahoo.com, and it says,
I'm pretty sure it's probably just a burner email.
Used to watch
like someone made a sock email just so they could send this email to him.
Channel. Fuck. Then I grew up. It doesn't seem like it. Now I actually feel compelled to kick the shit out of your dumpy fat ass.
Oh my god, it starts off already just swinging, dude. I just now feel compelled to just, like, beat your dumpy fat ass bitch. Yeah, I grew up. Yeah, I'm an adult now.
Faggot. Now look, I'm in pretty good shape. I ain't
What?
gonna feel compelled to kick the shit out of your dumpy fat ass, you big mouth faggot. Now look,
Oh my god.
shape. I ain't fat no more. I lost a bunch of weight. I got a 2-pack going on already. Why are you making fun of my weight? My face can make fun of me for it. Make fun of my weight. Call me old. Make fun of my white hair. But not my fatness. That's just below the belt. You can keep any money. You'll need it. Okay. No, he says, though this is aggressive, I'm making a real proposal. I want to beat your ass bloody in front of your audience. Live stream. You can keep any money you need. That sounds awesome. Fuck yeah. Gonna make tons of fucking money getting a fight on live stream. That sounds like something I'm definitely 100%.
Like, honestly, there's been this new thing about, like, YouTubers doing these, like UFC fights and shit. Dusty should do it with this guy. You know, it's like an exception. Just, you know, like, just have, like, some random dude, you know, like, fight Dusty in this UFC thing. And just so we could just watch Dusty, you know, just, like, clop his face in. Because, like, oh my god, dude. You really think this, like, Baba Blong guy is, like, gonna be able to, like, you know, whoop this dude's ass? Like, oh my god. Honestly, when the dude reveals his way, I'm like, Dusty, destroy him, please. Dude, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can look at him. I mean, is he, like, the most fit dude ever? I mean, yeah, sure, no. But, like, the dude's definitely got, like, you know, some toneness and, you know, some muscle going on. Like, the dude's definitely got, like, you know, swing, you know, and can lay on a good hit. Like, I mean, I could just kind of look at Dusty, you know, like, he could fucking person up if he really wanted to. No, Bob says he's 140 and 40. He's 140 pounds and 40 years old. Oh my god, so he's a literal shrimp pop. Oh my god, he's a, dude, oh, dude, Dusty will just, like, literally bend him like a fucking, like, toothpick. He'll break him like a toothpick and shit that he's just, like, getting too aggressive with and digging in his teeth. Oh my god, dude.
Gonna do. What happened to your face? It looks like something is swelling inside. You getting cancer? What the fuck is it? What the fuck you talking about? What's on my face?
What the hell is that? Like, what's up your face? You got cancer or something, bro? Like, that is just, what the hell, man? Like, Jesus. This dude is horrible.
Okay? Now you can talk about my mama, you can make fun of my dead daddy, but don't make fun of my fucking face. That's literally all I got. That's my money maker. I don't have my face, I ain't got nothing, man. Come on. It's so crazy to see you have about 250,000 subs, but you get under 1,000 video views. Okay, that's not true. I think the average show gets about 10,000, but yeah, it's not a lot. It's almost like I have been shadow banned on YouTube, and even people that subscribe to me and click the bell still can't find out.
But that is visceral cancer surgery. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's just like, there's fucking, like, just, I mean, it's like one thing to, like, you know, just, like, kind of fuck on someone. I mean, I do it all the time, right? Like, you know, when it, like, I mean, when it, like, you know, if I'm talking about, like, you know, some, like, you know, rich CEO fuck, you know, condescending workers or whatever, I mean, I poke fun at them all the time every way till Sunday, right? You know, like, I do it all the time. But it's just like, but there also is a line in the sand where you're just going way too far, and, you know, it's like, I mean, and that just is, like, beyond that line, you know? It's like, goddamn, dude. It's like, I mean, there's one thing about being a little edgy and raunchy about it, but then there's just, like I said, going, like, overboard with it, and that's, like, this dude is just, like, ridiculous, man. I honestly hope that he, like, doubles down in a way and actually does try to arrange a meeting, you know, with Dusty to do this, because, oh my god, it would be great. Because, you know, Dusty would basically be like, get a little dust off of me. Some of the dust from the asphalt after wrestling to the ground a little bit. Alright, yeah, dust that off. Like, that pretty much all would be going on with him.
Instead, they get constantly bombarded with Tim Pool and Steven Crowder videos because YouTube is run by right-wing shitheads who punish left-wing content. Almost. Do you have any real-life friends, Dustin? I guess it's gonna be Dustin to insult me. I actually respect that move. I do that too to people. And no, friends, gross. Why the fuck would I have any real-life friends? Nasty. Fast
Just socializing, hanging out with people. Ugh.
Paced Lefty podcast. Yeah. What other Lefty podcast is faster paced than this one? None. Laughing my ass off, fast paced. Yeah, you're a lefty, which disproves how much all lefties are losers. All right, you got me there. I'm a loser. What's left about you, Dustin? I guess all my positions on all the issues and.
What's left about you besides having a somewhat successful platform on YouTube, huh?
Thing I talk about and the fact that I am incredibly left-wing and all my audience is left-wing. That probably. Is it that you want to fuck kids? What? I'm not a Christian. So
Wow, well that is a little bit of a lack of self-awareness. Like, it's like, why do you want to do that? Because I definitely don't. Definitely not projecting my insecurities on everybody.
Or is it that you don't like to work? That one. I definitely don't like to work. Maybe it's that your IQ is 67, is 66. It's one number away from the number of the beast. You know it. What happened to your super hot girlfriend? In quotes. What the fuck you talking about? Why in quotes?
I think it's meant to imply that it's like you're being cucked because she's like dating somebody else, I think, and cheating on you. I think that's the whole point of the whole quotation. It's like, oh yeah, your girlfriend is actually cooking you, lol.
When did I ever say I had a super hot girlfriend? I got questions. Did she realize you're just a bloviating loser? Somebody got a word of the week calendar. With a tiny dick, hey, my dick is slightly above average, just like a quarter inch above average. So just saying, that's not true. Take that back. With no future, then bounce, pretty much. That's what happened to my ex-wife, at least. Where's her replacement, Dustin? Psh, I'm lonely as fuck. Hey, look at me, guys. How could I possibly get a woman? I am hideous and homely. You just resort to whacking alone to tranny and kitty porn now, Dustin. Okay.
Oh my god, this guy, okay, whoever sent this email definitely has got some shit, you know, going on, you know, in his own personal life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you were to, like, you know, whoever sent that email, like, if you were to check their hard drive, there will be some, like, really, really, disturbing things.
Yeah.
Wouldn't chat just show me nice this chat, yeah. Oh, so you are actually from England, aren't you, you little fucking Brit Bongo? How's Turf Island over there? How's J.K. Rowling there?
Like kids, period. Not just sexually, but just at all. They're annoying as shit, so no thanks. I don't even want to have kids, much less fuck them. But, trans people, that can be hot. Definitely transport can be super hot if you're into it, if you're in the mood for that. So,
I definitely am, Dusty. I mean, it could be nice.
You got me there. Or you go to drag shows and try to pick up kids. I mean, there are no drag shows right here. I would go, but there are no drag shows. And also, like, there is absolutely not a single kid who's ever made the claim they have been molested or groomed from Drag Queen Story Hour or anything. But church, on the other hand, bunches and bunches. What?
Yeah, there literally is, like, endless. There's, like, fucking documented cases thicker than fucking, like, multiple Bibles stacked on each other on that.
Playa. LOL. Remember when you kind of had a brain and morals? Nope, I don't. Me either. Anyway, fuckface, I'll check back here in a week to see if you've responded. If you do, I'm sure it will be mostly drivel and bullshit while you try to muster up some nonsense about internet tough guys. You and internet tough guys.
Wow, this dude, there's just like, is this just like projection that like manifested the email? I mean, it's like, cause holy shit, like I feel like every sentence is just like leads up to more projection. Like, oh my god, this guy's pathetic. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna continue to talk about internet tough guys like me.
As you talk shit behind a camera, literally my job. Instead of having friends, once again, gross. God, you're such a fucking pussy, LOL. I am a pussy. You are what you eat. Haha! Let me know if you want to get your ass kicked by a 40-year-old who only weighs 150 pounds. I got 15 pounds on you, motherfucker. I'm trying to make myself sound weaker for you. Wouldn't want you to feel intimidated. Hey, I appreciate.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be intimidated by this Bob.
Thank you for.
Oh, you're Bob?
Making yourself
sure.
sound weaker, so I think I can take you. And I just gotta say, accepted. I 100% accept this. A million times yes. Just message me back. Tell me where you want to do this. I promise I will show up with several people videotaping what happens. And I promise I will air whatever happens live on my show. 100% promise. So just let me know where you want to meet, what time. It's got to be, like, I'm not driving anywhere, so it's got to be somewhere around Grenada, Mississippi, which is where I live. So come to Grenada, Mississippi. Let me know. I will show up. We will film it. Promise. Cross my heart, hope to die, stick some dicks in my eye. Okay?
Yeah, it sounds like he's being pretty serious about it. Yeah. You know what? We should follow up with that. I want to see if if this dude actually does. I guarantee you won't. But, I mean, I hope so. Because, oh my god, that would be amazing. I love that. Slice the fish. Well, you do realize, like, 90% of, like, British food is fishy chips or some, like, you know, alteration of that. So you're pretty much, like, exiled from, you know, the Isles. So not even fucking, you know, like, not even the goddamn, you know, not even the Brits want you, man. Join Dust Bunnies. Is that the Discord? I can eat deer on Ireland. You can eat deer here. Like, venison is something that you can eat predominantly in a lot of places. This is YouTube thing. Oh, the membership thing. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. I see. Fucking dog closed the door on him again. Oh, mutt. I give free because a lot of people give subs. I didn't know they actually did, like, gifted sub things for the memberships. Oh my god, you are blocking the door. Bub. Hey. Dude. Really? Oh my god. Look at him. Look at this. Seriously? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, you goof. You goof. Oh my god, wow. That fucking pooch. That ridiculous little pooch, bro. He's just so fucking silly. What do I ever do with that little mutt? He's like, oh. This fucking whole thing. This is because of no she has been well, my stomach cancer. I don't know what it actually is. Well, I mean, don't, you know, like, just jump to conclusions with it. Just kind of see what it is and shit, you know, first. quiet shot and close the door again. So that's something make it on your own. I mean, there's a lot of people that are, you know, like pretty mentally ill and shit, but are still able to like, you know, make it and find a ways to adapt and overcome and shit. I mean, I wouldn't fucking, you know, like discredit yourself on that. I mean, shit. Think I bet really well. I mean, probably better than I have been like the last couple years of shit. But, I mean, nonetheless, still ain't. Nonetheless, so I'm not being doomer. Well, yeah. I mean, it's fine to obviously like acknowledge, you know, the limits and shit. But at the same time, at least, you know, pushing them is also a good thing. I mean, obviously, don't, like, go way too far with it, but, you know, like, know what, you know, is within those limits, you know, to what you can push on. Because, I mean, in order to at least, you know, help overcome a lot of that type of shit, I mean, you do kind of have to, like, push your own boundaries a bit. I'll stand back for him. Good little mutt. So fucking ridiculous. Effective demo income. I think one of the comments didn't go through. Fucking YouTube being dumb. Can't order through retention. Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, that's something that I know I'll have guaranteed, at least, you know, for myself, too, with, like, some of my family. Which, I mean, all in all, it's, like, things like that definitely, you know, help kind of at least assure that, you know, you're not just, like, totally fucked it on your own. Because it just shows that at least, you know, have, you know, some means, you know, to at least take care of yourself and shit. Excuse your son for not letting me out 3 game a month of it. Yeah, I mean, that is stupid. I mean, I don't know why that would be a fucking thing, but, like, because I imagine there would at least be a fucking loophole on that, right? Like, the idea to where you can at least, like, have it in, like, a will more specifically instead of, like, some other thing. So it's, like, kind of, like, specifically, like, directly in the will for that to be the case. Kind of overriding that whole law. I would think that would be a loophole, but, I mean, I guess not. No gap for older though. Well, the thing is, well, that's what I mean about, like, the whole idea of, like, you know, using it directly in a will. Like, you know, once I pass, you know, this directly, instead of it, like, being tied with that shit, it's, you know, directly tied into the will. That's kind of what I mean. So it's like, it kind of like loopholes around that, you know, kind of like navigates around that stupid bullshit. At least I would think so. But I'm guessing not. Sub-generational income. Which, I mean, to a certain degree, I would think it's understandable if it's like, you know, some trust fund baby kid or some shit. But, like, yeah, when it comes to the average person, I mean, that's just, like, fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's just stupid. Because, I mean, in some part, that's partly why the pensions are there. Because it's also, at least if there's, like, you know, those, you know, workers are having a family and, you know, having, like, kids and shit. At least in some part, the pension's not just for them, but also for their kids. Like, that's kind of, at least in some part, the point of them. It's not just for, you know, the worker themselves, but also potentially their kids if they have any. Or at least, like, you know, their next of kin, you know, and shit, right? So, you know, it's just like, that's kind of the broader idea. It's not just, you know, like, yeah, like, just something that's, like, you know, that, in my mind, should be limited. So, you know, 4 different pensions for 3K a month, that's, like, okay, much on 20K, it's not bad. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against it if maybe having, like, it, like, you know, idea where you only get, like, a, you know, maximum amount, like, every month or something like that. You know, I mean, sure, you know, it's like, you know, let's say that there's, like, you know, yeah, like, I don't know, let's say, like, you know, a pension that has, like, I don't know, like, 50K in it, like, then, like, every month you get, like, you know, 1,000 out of that or some shit, or whatever the fuck, you know, it's like, I wouldn't be against something like that, but, I mean, you'd still be getting it all, though. It's just like, you know, if anything, it's just more spread out over time instead of just, like, all at once or in a very short period of time or something, right? So, if anything, that also is, like, in some part, better management, too, you know, when it comes to something like that. So, I mean, in a way, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against something like that, but it should still be in totality of, like, you know, of the whole thing if it's inherited. Like, it shouldn't be fucking restricted, or, like, you have to be, like, 10 years younger or some shit, because how does that even make sense? It's like, what, your kid has to be 10 years, like, younger than your parent? Like, what? It's like, how does that make sense, unless the parent was, like, 10 years old when they started working? It's like, huh? Go away after you're done instead of passing it down, save some cash. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why that, you know, bullshit's in place. Which is just there to, you know, fuck over the next generation, so it's guaranteed that they, you know, get to work and do the same fucking bullshit. And, you know, the next, you know, can also get very fucking little out of it. And then a lot of previous generation wonders why a lot of their pensions and savings are being soaked away by their next of kin now. Because there is nothing in place for us to inherit. So we really got very little. And some of us are kind of fucking lucky if we do have some shit to inherit. Like me, I'm kind of fucking lucky, at least, you know, in some part, the house is one of them. Not everyone got that shit, though. And even then, I mean, that's just like one thing. And there ain't a lot. Supposed to say, I mean, not really. So, I mean, a lot of what you talk about doesn't sound like you being spoiled. There. A little time check here. It's left 3. I think I get this last little bowl cashed out. And have it work for what I have. Well, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, a whole part of the reason why I advocate what I do. So eventually we all don't have to. Or at least, you know, don't have to have the obligation to do so. But, anyway, I'll go off to work at the grind, you know, speaking of, so. But anyway, you know, I'll be back around when I get off. So, without further ado, I'll be out, and of course, I'll see y'all on that next one. So,